Welcome to Innovation Brief by IdeaScale, where we turn your work team into innovators.
You know that feeling when you know your team is full of brilliant people,
No.
but somehow getting them to consistently come up with like those game-changing ideas,
Right?
it feels harder than it should be, right?
It does.
So today we're going to really dig into that.
Yeah.
How to actually build a system for innovation.
Yeah. A sustainable engine for innovation.
Yes, exactly.
Within organizations.
And I think this is going to be super useful for anyone
Absolutely.
leading a team, running a company, because honestly, who doesn't want more good ideas?
For sure.
So I think a good place to start might be this idea of looking beyond what your customers are saying.
Yeah. Sometimes the most important needs are actually the ones that are not being voiced.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you've got problems that people haven't even thought to articulate. You've got issues that maybe they're aware of, but for whatever reason they're not bringing up. And then you've got this whole other category of those unspoken concerns.
Right. Kind of like the elephant in the room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you can't solve a problem.
If you don't know it's there,
Right.
it's like trying to fix a leaky faucet when you don't even realize there's a pipe burst somewhere else.
Exactly. And this is where bringing more voices into the conversation is so powerful.
Yeah.
When you build communities, you can tap into so many different perspectives.
I'm thinking about all those times where someone just casually mentions something
Right.
and it sparks this huge breakthrough that we never would have thought of on our own.
Yeah.
And plus, when you're not trying to come up with every idea yourself, it gives you more time to think strategically.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a win-win.
And one thing to keep in mind is that sometimes the biggest obstacles to innovation are actually internal.
And what do you mean?
Well, think about it. When people feel like they need to constantly prove themselves or they're worried about making mistakes, it creates this kind of anxiety that actually stifles creativity.
Yeah, I guess if you're afraid of being judged, you're not going to put your most out there ideas forward. So how do you create an environment where people feel safe to share those ideas?
Well, one thing that's really helpful is just encouraging dedicated time for reading and thinking.
Oh, giving people the space to kind of step off that hamster wheel of constantly doing?
Yes, because if your mind is always racing from one task to the next, it's tough to make those innovative leaps.
It's like you need that mental downtime to actually connect the dots in a new way.
Right, and the good news is more and more companies are starting to recognize this.
Oh, that's good too.
And they're seeing that innovation is not just something nice to have, it's essential for survival in today's world.
It's like if you're not constantly evolving, you're falling behind.
Exactly, and I think the newer generation coming into the workforce is also helping to drive this shift.
Oh, in what way?
Well, they tend to be more comfortable with experimentation and trying new things.
Which is great because let's face it, when you're trying to do something truly innovative,
Uh-huh.
you're going to hit some roadblocks along the way.
Yeah.
So how do you make sure those setbacks don't completely derail the process?
Well, I think the key is to see failure not as an endpoint, but as a learning opportunity.
Like in baseball, one strikeout doesn't mean you're out of the game.
Right, you have to step back up to the plate and keep swinging.
Yeah. And the more you swing, the better your chances of hitting a home run.
And I think one of the worst things you can do when something doesn't go as planned is to immediately start pointing fingers.
Oh, yeah. Blame just creates this toxic environment where nobody wants to take risks.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, when you let go of that need to assign blame, people actually become more willing to try new things.
It's counterintuitive, but it makes sense.
It does.
If you know you're not going to be punished for a good faith effort that didn't work out,
Uh-huh.
you're more likely to push the boundary.
Right.
So I guess it comes down to finding that balance
Yeah.
between learning from mistakes
Absolutely.
and not letting the fear of failure hold you back.
So to sum it all up, creating a culture of innovation isn't about a single magic bullet. It's about building a system that supports the entire process.
Yeah, starting with really understanding your customers' needs.
Even the ones they're not saying out loud.
Then bringing together diverse perspectives to generate ideas.
And giving people the time and space to think deeply.
And finally, creating a safe space where failure is seen as a step on the path to success.
Exactly. And if you can do all of that.
You're well on your way to turning your team into a powerhouse of innovation.
Absolutely.
And if you're ready to take your team's innovative potential to the next level, book a demo for a free trial at IdeaScale.com. And be sure to subscribe for more deep dives every Tuesday and Friday.
And don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below.
We love hearing from you.
We do.
All right, until next time.
See ya.